What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy.
Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. I'ma keep ripping loud till there's no more left in that. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. I'ma keep ripping loud till there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death from me. DC, that B4L, reppin' that star, I do it so well. It's Puma on the toes, but it's stars on the clothes. I'm Starboy, fresh at the DF Dub. Yeah, I'm a hard hitter. Don't stare to fit, it'll ego hit you. What is you saying, man? Look at the swag. Please do forgive the brag. I'ma pull up later in the Cowboy jag. Don't you slip on the drip, I'm flossing the sauce. Go so hard for the star. Yeah, that be win, lose, or draw. If you take a L, get the F off my block. Cowboys win. Watch yours, pull up the shots. Really can't help it, got a star status. Even got it tatted on my arm. Yes, we be 5-3 strong. Left a little room cause it's quest for the six. Starboy really reppin' this shit. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. I'ma keep rippin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. I'ma keep rippin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me.
Yeah, tell me who the #1 fan. Yeah, Mr. Westside, I'm the man. Dallas Cowboys from my head to the toes. They better recognize who the fuck I am. Damn, haters run their mouth like a bitch when they team ain't shit and my team stay lit. Yeah, I'm about to rep this shit till the day I die in an all blue casket. If you wanna get with a club with love, tell Star Status Westside sent ya. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Emmett Smith is our main. Game time, prime time, all the time. Your team ain't never on TV like mine. That's because we different. We America's team and we run this. Like Zeke runs circles right defense. Jerry Jones, that's nonsense. Let the coaches coach. And I'll have a smoke. And I know y'all wanna toast to that.
Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. I'ma keep rippin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. Dallas Cowboys to the death from that. I'ma keep rippin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. Reppin' that star, I do it so well. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. Reppin' that star, I do it so well.
What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com. What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building, man. How y'all doing this great Sunday? I hope everybody was able to get their narrow tail up and go to church this morning, because you ain't even had to leave the building. All you had to do was get up on your phone. You ain't had to put on your plaid pants, your khaki pants. You ain't had to do none of that. All you had to do was get up, roll over, and hit your phone. So I hope everybody got up and got their blessing this morning, because I sure got mine. It is your boy West Coast, and you already know if I'm on the line. You already know I'm gonna have my cowboy cousin, Boss Cowboy, on the line. So what's up with your cowboy? What's up with your man?
Hey, what's up, West Coast?
Shoot, man, I'm blessed, man. Just up here sharing. Guess what? I just shared the feed in this group called Prudo Pinchy Cowboys. I don't know Spanish, but I would love for somebody to inbox and let me know what that says. I think it's a bad word, so just inbox me and let me know what that word is. What that Puno Pincho mean. Whatever that. I don't know. I'm curious. Let me see what we got in the comment box. Hey, man, we got 49 people in here. So we know we should at least have 49 shares, because that means everybody honestly is going to give your boy at least one share. So let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everybody give me a share, and I appreciate you guys for your honesty on sharing the content. It's just like if you go to somebody's house, you eat the food, man, you're going to thank them, right? Hey, man, I appreciate this. I appreciate the sandwich. Well, we appreciate y'all by sharing. And hey, I got some folks in the comment box. We got some scouts over there, man. What's up with you, Latrine? I see you, man. I see you, Rodney. What's up with you, OG? I see you. What's up, Joe Tratrina? I see you. Rodney, he says, good afternoon, fellas. I see you. What's up, Terrell Chambers? I see you. Thomas Reed, what's up with your man? Richard, what up with your OG? Cyrus, what's up with your man? As you guys already know, as I shout you out, give me a share. Antonio, what's up with your my 714 brother? You right down the street. What's up with you, OG Carey? Hey, my boy OG Carey just flipped it back. Hey, we about to have some good luck, man. Some good luck.
Got the hand flip?
Yes, he does, bro.
Oh, yeah,
yes, he
now.
does. Hey,
I'm gonna go on a 13-game winning streak, man. That's all I need to see.
Man, it is official. It is official. Life is about to get better. OG Carey didn't flip his hat, because I'm just telling you. Ever since he switched his profile picture, it's been weird, man. All right, so Henry, what's up with you, Terrence? Day in, I asked the Lord for a sign today. Thank you, Jesus. And what up? Hey, that's my little bro right there, Anthony Harrison, man. I went to high school with him. We about a year behind. What up with you, man? I just seen his big bro yesterday. His big bro just picked up a couple jerseys. He actually picked up 4 Cowboy jerseys last week. Hey, man, he picked up a custom jersey, and you said you put the mad face on.
The jerseys, man. See, I'm rocking this 4 courtesy of my boy West Coast too, man. West Coast don't talk about it, but man, that boy be having the best jerseys around, man. So this 4 right now, and the CEVs on my face is courtesy of sponsorships.
CEVs on my face. Hey, OG Carey, I got a gift for you, man, because look, so I can't get the blankets no more. They tripping. I can't get them at the price that I was getting them at, so I just can't do it. So this is what I want to do, OG. Can I send you these Cowboy, you mind if I send you these Cowboy footsies? I promise you they ain't been used once. These is brand new. I'm going to send these to you, OG, because I know I owe you and I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you, but I can't find the blankets nowhere. My vendor can't get them to me, so I'm going to send you these. Inbox me. They're going to keep your feet, your little footsie.
Those new, man, because I saw something on the bottom. It looked like some C virus.
Slap yourself. Hashtag bringing it back. Hey, these brand new, man. Don't be
talking about it's brand new and having all kind of leaves all at the bottom. Like
oh, man, they ain't got no leaves in the bottom. What you talking about, man? These brand new, man. I tell you put your big foot right there, man. I already know your big foot going to be going outside. Man. All right, man. But hey, I appreciate you, man. But hey, let's get into some of these subjects, man. Hey, hit me with your address, though, and I got you. Hey, and everybody else who won from last week, my post office should be opening. Well, they're actually going to be open Monday, so your stuff is right here. So I got those 3 people going out. We'll probably be giving out some other stuff too. Why? Because we like to incentivize, man. We don't want to think you guys are just sharing and putting out this conference out for free. We want to let you guys know that we appreciate you guys. So as my sponsor gives me stuff to give, Boss Cowboy says it's my stuff, but some of the stuff actually comes from our sponsor. Some of the stuff do be my stuff, but most of it do be my stuff. But some of the stuff do come from my sponsor, and I'll let you guys know the stuff like the discount from CEV that comes from Jalen Smith himself. So make sure you go over to CEV Collection, put in CEV West Coast, CEV West Coast, get your discount today. Hey, I worked on that. How'd that sound? Good. All right, so yo, man, it sounded good. You liked it, Dad?
Man, that was good, brother.
Hey, I've been working, man.
Do it one more time.
I forgot what I said. I said, hey, go over to CEV Collection, put in CEV West Coast, and get your discount today. That was better. You like that one better?
Hey, man, you television ready. Just don't sell out and go.
Oh man, hey, I told you my end goal. My end goal is this, man, to get so big that all I got to do is do shows for my supporters. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's
I want to stay independent myself, man, because like we can basically tell the truth. We ain't got no bosses knocking on our doors. We ain't got no pressure to hold back. We can say exactly what we feel, exactly what we see, the politics and the BS, and we ain't got to worry about that. So like that's obviously why we need as much as we can from the stars to the PayPal to the super chats. You want to support us in social media as much as possible because this is where you go get the purest form of cowboy information, and that is no doubt.
Ooh, I like when he said that. That made me feel good. Hey, my boy Paul says, "Where can I get a hoodie?" Hey, inbox me. I got you. You can't get this one. This is a player hoodie. One of the homies who no longer play with the Cowboys. As soon as he left, I raided that closet. Ooh, I just dove. We don't dive into the closet. I dove in the closet. You know what I'm saying? And I need this, I need that, I need this. So yeah, this is one of them I had to snatch him up. But hey man, let's go ahead and switch to our first subject of the evening. Hey man, this is probably one of the main reasons why I want to stay independent and why I just want to work for my supporters, because then I'm able to put out content and do things like this, man. You know, I mean, god dang, I was bored. I was bored like the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, well, what you doing, boss? Ain't nobody doing nothing. What you doing? You ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Why? Because everybody is stuck in the house. So I thought it was smart to put together my way too early starting defense. Now, I didn't know I was going to piss the whole world off when I did that. That was the drawback, boss. I didn't know that so many people was going to get in an uprising. So I thought I'd bring this on here and kind of talk about this for a minute, man. So you know what I'm saying? Can I lay myself on the feet of everybody? Because, bro, when I put this out, I had people hashtag crucify him. You know what I'm saying? There was some people that was really upset about this. So I wanted to go through and give an explanation. And, Boss Cowboy, I'm going to give you the first rights of refusal. You know what I'm saying? To say, no, he's not coming out.
Going second.
It means you're going second, right? Now, the first thing that I got to do is let you guys know, is there 12 players on here? Yes, there are 12 players on here. You want to know why there's 12 players on this? Is because in your base defense, there's going to be 12 players. Why? Because this guy and this guy are going to switch. Why? Because if it's a formation, like say they come out and it's like 1st and 10, in the paperwork, not the paperwork, the film, that's what we call it. The film says that this is a run first team. You're probably going to have Sean Lee on there with a three linebacker system. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you want to be able to protect against the run. Now, if we're going against Patrick Mahomes, guess what? That's going to change because they got every fast dude that's light skinned on their team. It's a fact. And you're not going to have Sean Lee. I don't want Sean Lee out there on their fourth wide receiver. I don't. Because their first wide receiver is really, really fast. I don't even know who he is, but I'm pretty sure he's really, really fast. So that's when you're going to bring in Anthony Brown. So that's why I have these guys touching, because it all depends on what the offense does. You know what I'm saying? If the offense, if I'm a defensive coordinator and this is a team that's going to be running more on first down, then Sean Lee's going to be in. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a team that I noticed that's passing more on first down, then Anthony Brown's going to be in, and that's why on the meme it says SB. It doesn't say CB. These are my CBs. These are my cornerbacks. This is my SB. This is my slot back. Now, in the Dallas Cowboys world, we always play teams that play 3 wide receivers. We're a team that plays 3 wide receivers, so it just makes sense to you need to know who your slot back's going to be, because like, think about this. Chris Harris is a $10 million slot back, so that's a pretty damn important position. Hey, boss, you remember back in our day? Jesus, boss, we're old. Boss, but remember back in our day when your coach told you, hey, son, you're playing slot corner? That was not a good thing. Remember those days, boss? It was almost like a demotion, right? Am I lying? Am I tripping?
Say that one more time.
I said back in our day when we played ball, when your coach told you that you were playing in the slot, that was almost like a demotion. Am I tripping?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it is, like, to a degree. Like, you still start, right, because you're in a starting package. So you're going to have 12 like you have out there, because you have to have starting packages out showing. And the way that it would work is that they came out, the opposing offense, and they brought out a package, and they would do it quick because they always trying to catch a defense off balance, right? So what they would do is at the last second, they would run out there real quick with like the 11 personnel, which is 3 receivers and 1 running back.
Yeah.
So in that package, then our defense would say nickel, 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 nickel. And if you was a nickel back, you knew to run in there. You had to run in there, and the linebacker had to run out. So defenses are always trying to watch for the packages so they don't get caught with the wrong matchup. So it's very correct to have 12 on this page as potential starters because it's really about the potential packages to where certain people might start. And he didn't overwhelm it because it could have even got even deep because he didn't even show a jumbo package. A jumbo package would be even worse where you might sometimes come out with 3 safeties because you might have 3 tight ends, you know?
Yeah.
So this is, I think, is a very good starting point to kind of gauge where we are now and then kind of go through it in a debate form.
And most importantly, man, if the Dallas Cowboys have to think like this is because offense, the number one thing in offense is mismatch. It's not about trying to get your fast, I have the fastest guy. No, it's about trying to get your best player on a guy who's not as good as him. Like,
exactly.
I'm not there. Like the fact that the Dallas Cowboys couldn't get Amari Cooper off of Stephon Gilmore lets me know that there was an issue because our offense should have been like, okay, if Stephon Gilmore's on that side, Amari Cooper, you're going to go on that side. Why? Because I don't care if the fans want to see the best versus the best. No, that's not football. The football is getting matchup on matchup. And if I'm
trying to go at your weakness.
Exactly. And if you come out there and you say Sean Lee is going to be our base, this is going to be our base 4-3 defense, we're going to have 3 linebackers on the field regardless, you know what I'm going to come out there and 3 wide receivers, and I'm going to test that ability. And I'm going to have Sean Lee looking like, oh, Sean Lee looks like he's washed up. No, he doesn't look like he's washed up. He looks like he's on a wide receiver. That's what he looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to.
And that's where you could also just real quick see pride in certain offenses. So like you said it best, a real good offense is trying to exploit a mismatch or create one. They do it with last minute substitutions and all kind of stuff. And like that's how I knew it was more pride that we lost the game in the playoffs versus the Rams because they stayed in the base defense, meaning to me that they was basically daring us to throw it.
Yeah,
they was saying, "I dare y'all come out in 11 personnel" because they wanted to speed the game up because that's more their style. But we was let's run through Zeke, and I see y'all in the base, but we not gonna try to exploit it. We go stick with an offense that helps your base be perfectly matched to our base offense, and it was just pride, you know. So, like you said perfectly, and there's certain terms that stick with you. Like certain coaches were good coaches, and they knew how to make it make sense in just like a bumper sticker term.
Yeah.
And my coaches used to say, "We always trying to find the athletes on the stilts." That's perfectly explains it.
Yeah.
So if you can get like a slot, right? Like, you know, any one of our slots, you D Smith, or you can put out there, let's say Cobb when he was here. In the base defense, a linebacker got to come out to that, or a safety. That is what you want.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So remember when Cobb went off in the Rams game, who did he kill? The safety. So your smart offenses is always trying to exploit this. This is why this graphing is just perfect before we kind of break it down.
Yeah, so this is the rotation. This is the rotation at the Dallas Cowboys. This is what you want to see coming in 2020. You want to see the Dallas Cowboys break. You know, it's pretty much like, you know, the Dallas Cowboys had this mentality of like, we're gonna do what we want to do, and you got to stop us. That doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't want y'all to think that that's like a sign of weakness, because that's not a sign of weakness. Like what it is modern day freaking football. Like if you want to see this in action, go look at Alabama. And I'm not even an Alabama fan, but go look at what they do on defense. Their defense has just as many rotations and just as many movements as an offense does, and you should. Why? Because the offense is moving because they're looking for a mismatch. So if they find a mismatch, you have to sometimes counter that. You just don't be like, oh, I don't care, we're gonna let you. No, they're doing that for a reason. So you should counteract that. So I mean, when the Dallas
example West Coast is the LSU attack mismatches. Remember against OU. They had their safety out, and they had a freshman out there, and they attacked him all game. They totally switched the whole game plan versus Clemson, where they attacked AJ, the corner, right?
Yeah.
So your mismatch and your targets change based on personnel.
Absolutely. All right. So let's go. Let's go ahead and jump on this defensive line first. So obviously, I got my boy Tank at the left. Right in, obviously, Gerald McCoy, new acquisition from Carolina. He's going to be starting right here in replacement of Malik Collins. The reason why I'm doing that is because, I'm gonna be, I had actually a thought of maybe putting McCoy right here behind by Armstrong, simply so that I have a strong with a kind of like a new emerging, and then you have kind of a emerging with someone who's already doing it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. For the first opening of the season, I'm putting my best defensive tackle right beside DeMarcus Lawrence, because over history has shown that DeMarcus Lawrence starts off fast when he has himself a good defensive tackle right beside him. Go look at last year. Well, actually, go look at last year, and then go not last year. Go look at the 2 years where he had 11 and 10 sacks. Who was on the side of him? Malik Collins. Malik Collins got hurt both seasons, and guess what? Hit my boy DeMarcus Lawrence's numbers diminished. Now, they didn't even diminish to the fact, because he still got 11 and 10 sacks, but just go look at, it was 2017, man. Through weeks 5, my boy DeMarcus Lawrence had 4.5 sacks. He was just monstering. So, this, and then also, this is something else you got to think of. The primary reason why he's going to be right here beside DeMarcus Lawrence is because DeMarcus Lawrence is about to hit that extension money, and this year is about to be the most expenses I'm ever going to have to pay DeMarcus Lawrence of him being a Dallas Cowboys. So I want to get him started off right fast. And if I can get DeMarcus started off fast with like 4.5 sacks in like 5 weeks, you know what I'm going to have? I'm going to have DeMarcus Lawrence talking crap in the media, feeling swagadacious, wearing big old chains. And guess what? All that swag is just going to flow through all these other guys. You know what I'm saying? You have to get, I'm not even a district manager. When I was a manager in stores, this is something when I learned. Someone asked me, one of my district manager, Ken Keys, he used to tell me this. Do you think that Phil Jackson spent more time with B.J. Armstrong or Michael Jordan?
Armstrong.
I think he spent time with B.J. Armstrong, but I think he spent more times with Michael Jordan. You want to know why? Because it's easier to get a 90 to 100 than to get a 60 to a 70. And then what's the benefit? You know what I'm saying? So maybe I could explain it a little bit more, but point of what I'm saying is, if I can get DeMarcus Lawrence going early and fast, it is going to set this defense off fire, and it's going to get him to forget the 5.5 sacks that he only got last year that everybody's saying he didn't do good against. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get my boy D-Law off going fast, because when he gets going, that leadership is going to flow through all these other guys. You know what I'm saying? And he's my highest player on defense. So he's a primary. You have to get him going fast. Gerald McCoy is going to help him do that. And Gerald McCoy gets defense. You know what else is going to happen? This is going to become my real strong side right here, Boss Cowboy. So you know what? Defenses are going to start pushing to this side, and it's going to make my guy over here have more obvious sacks, because at some point they're going to have to double team these guys, just like they double teamed him last year. And who benefited last year? Who got a 30 million, 30 something? Wait, how much money did Robert Quinn get?
Man, a lot.
He got a gang of money.
Yeah, way more than we will be willing to pay for sure.
DeMarcus Lawrence got a gang of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, not DeMarcus Lawrence, but my boy Robert Quinn got a gang of money. Why? Because my boy Tank was over here getting double teamed. Well, guess what? Jerome McCoy is going to help that. You know what I'm saying? So but at the same thing, even if they do double team, my boy Dorrance Armstrong, who I'm going to tell you guys right now, right? You guys got to be truthfully honest, like honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be better about this in 2022, but I mean, this is 2020. I'm trying to be better in this, but we got to be honest with you. You got to be honest with you guys, right? You got to be honest with yourself, right? If you've never watched any film on Dorrance Armstrong, can you accurately judge him or disagree when we drop him in there? Or are you disagreeing because you don't know him? Because you guys want to remember, you don't want to be disagreeing with stuff just because you don't know who they are, just because you ain't seen no film. All right. Well, praise God that we have film over here at Dallas Cowboy Scout and my boy Boss Cowboy West Coast. So I'm going to show you guys a couple clips from my boy Dorrance Armstrong. Now, you guys got to remember, they're saying, well, Dorrance Armstrong didn't play a lot last year. Well, you want to know why? Because there was a guy in front of him that had 11.5 sacks. Hey, don't we see that a lot, Boss Cowboy? A guy who's really good.
And before you go too deep into it, I want to kind of echo some of what you're saying.
Shoot.
One thing that I think we got to also be fair about when we look at sometimes the lack of sacks on any one of our defensive ends, you got to kind of, to me, look at it like this. Just like between Zeke and Dak, there's one ball. And there's going to generally be in the game one dominant style of offense, right?
Yep.
So basically, when one goes off, it's going to take away from the other.
That's true because you
So
can't. Yeah,
so it doesn't mean and then it doesn't mean that either is bad or either is fell off. It's just that it's one quarterback like it's one ball.
Mm.
So if you really look closely, Quinn was always just slightly right ahead of Tank. And that doesn't make Tank bad. That just means as a sack artist, Quinn was just slightly better. But overall, and I'm talking about in just that area, but that also, to be fair, Quinn didn't have the pressure of the double teams as well. He didn't have the advantage of attacking the blind side as well. So you have to kind of look at it in balance, So that's the same thing with Armstrong. Like Armstrong was a rotational player, right? As a rotational player, it's easy to forget him.
yeah.
It's easy to forget him, and it's like we made that mistake with Tank. Because remember, what was we saying? Not we, but what was the narrative the year before Tank just went off?
Jerry said he needed Jerry said he wanted a war daddy.
And
Hey, shout out
everybody
to-
was clamoring for defensive end. That's what led to Taco.
Yeah.
But the whole time, Tank was sitting there getting ready to emerge from the year 3. That's normal in defensive end growth.
Yep.
So if we haven't learned now from history that year 3 is the magic year, that's why nobody should be shaking at looking at the fact that you got Armstrong starting, and nor should we be like, that's not good enough. No, what we should be expecting is that normal year 3 bump that happens from defensive ends and D tackles, meaning we likely go see the best Armstrong we've ever seen.
Yeah, man. So I got him up right here working right here at I got him right here working at the defensive end position. This is against the Detroit Lions. This is one of his sacks he had last year, man, and this actually isn't a sack. This was a run stop on Bo Scarborough, our former running back we drafted out of 6th round. And I liked it. Part of the reasons why I liked it this play right here is because, when you're a rotational player, man, a lot of times you don't get action at the quarterback because in most of the time when they think that they're passing the ball, they're going to have their premier passers on the field. Like this is a time right here where we thought they were running the ball. So this is a time where we thought, okay, we could get because if you notice, DeMarcus Lawrence isn't on the field right now either. Why? Because we think that they're running the ball. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting our pass rushers or Blake. So guess who you have? You have Michael Bennett right here playing defensive end. You have Dorrance Armstrong playing right here on the end. You have Kerry Hyder playing D tackle, and my boy Dagoon. My boy Antoine Woods, Big Tonka TV right here playing defensive tackle. And this is your defense. And let's just be 1,000 with you. Let me keep it all the way 1,000 with you, 1,000 milligrams. My boy Dorrance is probably the smallest person on this line at this point right now. He's probably the smallest person on this line. Watches this play that he makes, and not only watch the play, watches the veracity he gets inside that A-gap, man. And this is on a guy that outweighs him. Let's go. Speed. Don't slow down. Give me that. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, super sleeping on Antoine Woods, man.
Super, bro. Man, I don't even want to get it started, man. But Cowboys got to get him signed.
That's who getting the most disrespect out of to me, almost the entire D, bro. And I'm gonna say this again. I'm super happy for our new D tackles, but man, don't already got. Just don't do that. That's it, because then we go waste those guys. And another thing, just real quick, I'm already seeing people saying stuff and putting out reports where they knocking other players. Like, what does those 2 free agents say about Tristan Hill? And I'm like, nothing, bro. It says nothing.
It don't say nothing. He's a
second-year player, bro. Yeah. Where we should also expect a gain from him as well. It's like, so don't fall for the clickbait articles that's just trying to get us in emotions, because we already got good stuff.
Yeah, so then next beside my boy, a lot of people have been asking me, like, West Coast, why did you start Antoine Woods over Poe? And simply because Antoine Woods' tape is better, man. Yeah. Like Antoine Woods' tape is better. Like against the run, and that's what I'm dropping him right here for, is to play against the run. His play is better. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I mean Antoine Woods is probably, as far as the defense, man, I thought him and my boy Malcolm Smith should have been some priority guys that should have been signed right out the gate. Why? Because if you don't sign them, it creates other holes, man. There's a reason why the Cowboys, let's just be real. There's a reason why the Cowboys only wanted to give Poe a 1-year deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you. That's why we was waiting 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Antoine Woods, when he's healthy, man, he has been the Dallas Cowboys' best run stopper, period. You know what I'm saying? And if you, like I said, I always say this thing about Antoine Woods, man, is this. If you want to see the difference between Antoine Woods, go look at the games where he didn't play. Then go look at games like the Rams where he did play. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the difference. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's guys like his burst off the line is ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just don't see a guy his size slant. Like if he was bigger, he would be like he would be one of those guys you would consider best in the NFL type because his burst off the line is ridiculous.
Yeah, and most, I had a couple of friends that play guard in the NFL, and generally, if you have a stalemate at the point of attack, that's still considered a win. What you really get with Woods is push. And push in the NFL is rare.
Yeah.
People that can push anybody back even 2 inches in the NFL is epic, bro. Because then especially if it's a quick throw, that means that you already have an offensive lineman being pushed into that quarterback and it's disrupting. So it's like it is nothing like a player like Antoine Woods, and people frankly sleeping on him.
Yeah, they are, man. But I mean, if you watch the film, you watch Cowboy games, you know Antoine Woods. You know him in that middle. Yeah, my boy Dorrance. I'm giving Dorrance a start. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Do I think Randy Gregory is a better talent? Yes, I think Randy Gregory is an all-world talent. But at the same time, I am not going to disrespect the game of football and say that a guy who has good film is not as good as a guy who had great film a year ago. Like I respect the game too much, and I'm gonna, as of right now, and I think as far as a team, I think it makes sense for you to put Dorrance Armstrong there. Why? Because he's been there, he's been consistent. This is gonna be the year. You should be expecting a bud from him too. Like you should definitely be expecting, because one thing I like, and Boss Cowboy he coined this statement, like he's the almost guy. Like the reason why his name doesn't show up on a lot of plays is because he almost gets there. He almost gets there. He almost gets there. He almost gets a sack. He almost gets a run. He almost gets, and it's not because he's taking bad angles. It's just because he's 1 year away. And next year, a lot of those almost's are gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I think in just the fundamentals of football and how the fact that you have 11 guys on here who all played last year, and just, I just think on the principle of the thing. I mean, now don't get me wrong. If Randy Gregory go out there and he just dog walking, he's starting. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'm saying this: if in an even competition, Dorrance gets to start. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I'm pro Randy Gregory, but Dorrance gets to start. You know what I'm saying? Then going to my linebackers, obviously you're gonna have Jalen Smith manning your middle linebacker. You got Sean Lee as your weak side. Vander Esch, if he's I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that we get some type of prognosis, some type of something, man, before this draft, man, on LVE, because I think it's like, I mean, the Cowboys have to know something. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they know more than us, but like at least put it out, because, bro, if you go into the draft with this being a question mark, bro, I don't see no way how, if you're a defensive-minded person, you're not screaming you need to draft a linebacker. Man, like there's like everybody's like, oh, you see that face? That's why I'm not drafting corner. I mean, we ain't even got to go far into it.
Hey,
them guys, go ahead.
To your point, bro, I did a mock draft, and in my mock draft, I drafted 3 linebackers, right? I got a lot of questions on 3 linebackers. It's like, are y'all not looking?
Like, bro, this is last year.
Where we are with linebacker?
This is his last year for sure. And he don't know.
Sean Lee as a full-time starter again? No.
He won't make it the full season, bro.
And do you want to trust a neck issue in the most physical? Like, bro, like all of us play football. What hurt the worst the first week of practice, West Coast? This is universal. I don't care if you was the punter. Your neck.
Yeah, what's the first drill you learn in football?
Your neck. So it's like, if we go on in here with Sean Lee and LVE, like, I think we're good. What you say, slap yourself, bro. Come on, bro. Like, if you don't, and special teams, we like forgetting that there's a phase of football called special teams, to where our best actually was our linebackers. Joe Thomas, was really good at special teams. Glad that he's back. But do you really want Joe Thomas as a year-long starter?
He's stiff.
Nah. So like, how are people sleeping on it's like the most solid person we got is my boy Jalen. Shout out to LV. I'm gonna put my shades on just for 1 second since he sponsors.
Hey, yeah, my boy never miss a game.
Yeah, so shout out to him, but at the same time, it's like we gonna need more than that, man. Come on now, and that's why I still don't get to your point. Like, what's going on with Malcolm Smith, bro? Like, I really thought, like you said, he should have been. To me, it should have been Dak, Cooper, then Malcolm Smith, because we that messed up at linebacker. It's like, what are people looking at? Like, it's we need safety, we need DT, man. Are you looking at what linebacker? Linebacker is beat up and old.
Hey, boss, remember the other night when I had that coming to Jesus moment? And I was like, Brad, like, don't get me wrong, like I so badly want a guard. But at the same time, I do want a guard. Why? Because I just feel if we put a guard, but I think that, like, I also think that, like, you could also just bring in not Joe Looney. You could also put in my boy Ron Leary and just fix all that. Just be done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Band-Aid.
Band-Aid.
Just one more year of a Band-Aid.
And I also think that guard should have been a position you should have addressed in free agency. I don't think guard is a position that you should be addressed. Why? Because there's so much upside. There's so much upside. You get a guy who's ready to run right now, and guard, they run forever. Linebacker, you need youth on your sides. Why? Because they're taking so much contact. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My thing with Sean Lee is we know, regardless of what happens, man, this is gonna be his last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LVE, man, one hit away. And you don't know. And anything about it, this is not even one hit away. Technically, as of right now, he's not on the field.
You don't know, bro.
Yeah, so it's like and you can't.
Like,
that's why I want to. That's why I'm begging for.
Like, I don't know,
boss. That's why I'm begging for a Dez Bryant Instagram video. Like, bro, I need to see a video of him doing some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bruh.
Because as of right now, like, I can't say everybody, and this is what Cowboy fans do. I'm sorry, but this is what we do as fans. Oh, he's gonna be okay.
No, you better not.
And then we just assume that he's going to be the all-pro linebacker he was 2 years ago.
Because we warned about that. We warned, bro.
Travis Fredericks.
Specifically warned about Fredericks, bro. A lot of people was
Travis
tripping.
Fredericks, we told him.
Tripping. Oh, y'all conspiracy theorists. No, bro.
We told you. How many years we say it takes back?
2 years to get over his disease.
2 years.
Saying, even when they drafted McGovern, and everybody was falling for that old clickbait talking about, oh, that was a pick for Liel. And we both was like, how? You got a tackle going against a guard center? No, bro. We said quickly that had to be for Frederick Insurance. We said when he was drafted, if you go back to the draft show from last year, we said immediately somebody on the bubble or they fearing something go happen with Fredericks. We said it immediately. We giving you the exact same warning with LVE right now. And don't go into the season thinking he is okay. That is a bad idea. What West Coast said was so perfect. And real quick, shout out to my boy JD, and we got my boy Big James and Starboy and Jaquez on, and John Juice. Shout out to your show that you did yesterday. I just want to say
we got the horsemen's and we got
the horses in here.
We got the horses in there. We got the horses.
I want to shout out the horses that's in the building. But yeah, going back to the point. So it's like, if we really trying to really be serious about information in this off season, you cannot, unless you full of pride and want to be a know-it-all, ignore linebacker. You just can't. I mean, if you see a lot of my mocks is starting off with Queen. You know what I mean? My mocks is starting off with Joe. You know, you got to be a special talent for me to pass up on you. Like, it's only a couple of people that I pass up on linebacker for right now. It's only a couple. Like, you got to be one of those amazing tackles to fall. You know what I mean? I'm not taking none of those receivers that everybody hyped on. I'm not taking none of those at the
no receiver. I'm not drafting no receiver.
I'm not doing that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, yeah. If any blogger that's telling you draft a receiver, man, don't listen to him. Don't listen.
No, bro. What? No, bro. No. And we not saying those guys not good, but it's like, bro, like for real, we got Cobb signed. We still got D. Smith, and everybody forgetting about, you know, our other guy, John Vay.
Cooper.
You know what I mean? Like, John Vay is like, I'm not saying he a superstar, but man, that dude was getting open, bro, and he was just dropping the ball. So I would feel comfortable if I had to just going in with a Band-Aid third receiver, and maybe Devin Smith might get his chance now because he was showing the flash. So why would I panic about receiver 3? I'm not panicking over receiver 3. I'm more so panicked when I see Sean Lee could potentially be my year-long starter, and we know what his durability like, and he's 80. And then we got somebody over here with a neck. Come on, bro.
Yeah, we basically drafted Sean Lee, little brother. Well, god dang it, what does the book say? All right, let's see what the
Oh,
book.
man.
All right, let's see what the book said. So my boy Boss Cowboy, you already know we using the Boss Cowboy 2020 Dallas Cowboy free agent and draft guide, and this is chapter. What is this? Chapter 4.
Chapter 6 is linebackers.
Yeah, I always do that wrong, man.
No, it's all good.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know the V means 5 and that means 1, so that's 6.
Yeah.
And when it's in front of it, when it's in front of you subtract it. So that's my bad. So it says second
Yeah.
team. This is the first. This is a paragraph that was written 2 months ago, 3-4 months ago. Actually,
No,
it was
4 months ago.
4 months ago. It says second team All Pro linebacker Leighton Vander Esch was drafted in 2018 because the Dallas Cowboys desperately needed insurance for veteran linebacker Sean Lee. In 2020, veteran Lee is now insurance for Vander Esch. When the insurance needs insurance, the Dallas Cowboys have concerns to address. I love this. I just wanted to read that first statement. Hey, listen to this. When the insurance needs insurance, the Dallas Cowboys have concerns to address. Hey, I have a statement. My boy, Most Def, he said if I had ID, I wouldn't need ID. And if I had ID, I wouldn't need ID. You know what I'm saying? It's a big circle that you're just going around, around and around. But I mean, when I look at, you're absolutely right, Boss Cowboy, man. When I look at that, man, because it's like this, I think the Cowboys are probably going to be in a predicament where it's like the number one, like at 17, that means 16 players are going to be gone before you. If you stay at 17, theoretically, 16 players are going to be gone. That means theoretically, the best, I would say the best wide receiver is going to be gone. Best 2 wide receivers probably going to be gone. Your best, and you guys got to remember, it doesn't matter like if the best quarterback's there, if we have Dak Prescott, because you only draft what you're going to actually use. You know what I'm saying? So when teams say, oh, we're going to dress the best person available, that's a flat out lie. You know what I'm saying? Because if a quarterback is the best player at 17, do you think you're going to draft him? No, you're not going to take him. You know what I'm saying? It's the best available out of what you need. I don't know how the acronym should go out of that, but it's the best available out of what you need. So my biggest need for the Dallas Cowboys right now are guard, linebacker, defensive end. Those are my 3 gaps right now. Why? Because if you guys noticed, even on my little diagram that I had up here when I was showing you guys my starters, if you guys notice right now, let me see if I can get it up if I can get it up as quickly as possible, wherever it is, wherever I put it at. Here it goes. Is this it? Here it goes right here. If you guys notice, look at this. Where are my biggest question marks? Right there. Defensive right there. And right there. All these other positions, those are upgrades, baby.
Yeah.
The reason why Donovan Wilson is starting because he's better than Xavier Woods, and I got the film to prove it. And if you want to get down, we can get it popping. Matter of fact, I can show you. I actually got that mocked up, but then Boss was like, Boss, he's so diplomatic. He's so diplomatic.
Man, whatever. You've been nice lately, bro. You've been Mr. Nice Guy lately. You've been Mr. Oh, no, I'm not going to say it like that.
Hey, I need to get a voice. I need to get my
Hey, man, that quarantine change. Slap yourself to, hey, I give you a hug.
hey, my little bro, Big Willie Steele, man. He got all the hot sound effects. I'm gonna get him to help me get a sound effect so I can be like, you know what I'm saying, because he's so diplomatic. You know what I'm saying. So, I'm
diplomatic.
He's so diplomatic.
It depends on what day it is, man.
I be wanting to go all hills, but like, man, I got the film. Let's drop the film. I got 14 plays of him missing tackles. I didn't say that on live. I did not say that live. And 7 of them came in the same game. I did not say that live. But if you want to go on NFL Game Blast,
you got to get in a cheap plug real quick.
Get a cheap plug in.
It's not enough sales of my book. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It is not enough. Obviously, I'm happy with what we got. I love everybody that bought it. I appreciate it, man. But at the same time, man, it's some good information in there, man, that I called to the T. I was on my boy Vaj show. Shout out to my boy Vaj. And he had a scenario. He said, hey, man, who would you draft? And I went straight to my God knowledge. And I said, you know what, bro? The first things I would do is target DT this draft because it's deep. No, DT in this free agency because it's deep and safety. What did we just do, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you already been reading my God, you've been on that, bro. Like, straight up. And, straight up, because I went to basically what made sense. I said, what we should do is target everywhere what's deep. Because I'm trying to build a team. I'm not trying to use one player as the hero to solve all problems. I'm trying to get 6, 7, or 8 guys that's gonna solve our problems. You know what I mean? So it's like, like you should be really up on the God right now. It should be at this point marked up, inked up, beat up, spit up.
Look like your Bible.
Everything in it.
Hey, I want
like,
to.
it should be marked up. Like, and then I even got in there like highlights and videos, and sometimes I got clips to where you can go put eyes on them. It's $5. And it was done 4 months ago, and it's hitting on exactly what's happening right now. So it's like if West Coast and I've been talking about stuff from 4 or 5 months back that's happening right now, you should be able to trust us a little bit. I'm not saying that it's perfect and that everything was right, but man, now we gonna be way more right than we wrong.
Hey, and I want to tell you guys something. I absolutely suck at giving people highlights when they give donations and stuff. And I just want to tell you guys, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, my boy Dakota, my young Dak in the building, and then my boy Cohen also did drop some stuff on there. Hey, the super chat.
Cohen? Thanks for the stars.
Yeah. Hey, the super chat is on. We go live so often, so if you don't drop it today, just drop it the next one when you ever got it in there. I ain't tripping. You already know how we get down. We gonna be on the sponsor's head like CEV. They gonna make sure the lights is on, but all y'all do is make sure that we just be able to enhance and upgrade. So we appreciate you guys and we thank you. So make sure you guys share and remember. I was gonna say something, but let's get back to what we was talking about, y'all. Let's get back on what we were talking about. But my boy Jamez, that's what I was gonna say. Jaquez, yeah, Jaquez. I had my finger on your freaking comment, and I forgot what I was gonna say, and then it reminded me. Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. You're absolutely right, Jaquez. Absolutely no way that I mean, when HaHa came in here, the first thing that we said before he even had an interview is that he came here to play free safety. So you know what that means? Right. That means that he's going to play free safety. Why? Because that lets me know that was negotiated when they were negotiating. So he's going to have a first right at free safety until he sucks at it. You know what I'm saying? Or until we feel that we can do something better. So he's going to be your free safety. So with that lets me say, okay, do I want to put not Antoine Woods, do I want to put Xavier Woods, a smaller guy who already, in my opinion, already has problems staying in front of guys? You know, now you're going to be the guy that's going to be my last. No. I'm sorry. Can't do it. But I will say this. I like Donovan Wilson, and I know probably people are going to say, oh, but what is 3 interceptions? Like, come on. Like, can I say something to you guys? If you're saying something like, what does 3 interceptions, like, you should really slap yourself. Like, I had a dude tell me, well, what does 3 interceptions in meaningless preseason games have to do anything? I'm like, did you really just say 3 interceptions? I can see if you said 1. I could probably see if you said 2. But when there was only 4 preseason games. And the dude had 3.
With limited reps.
Had 3 interceptions.
So you really more so like really saying 3 interceptions in 3 quarters, if you really look at it.
Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I'm saying? People say
it's not just the interceptions, West Coast. It's the way he got them. The way he got those interceptions, you're not supposed to be able to do. Those were rangy interceptions. Those are interceptions to where the quarterback said, "This is a safe throw," because most safeties can't get there. And oh my God, he got there. You know what I mean?
Or he was throwing the ball away.
Yeah, he throwing the ball away, thinking, that's safe. Because a quarterback generally is going to throw in rhythm, and they have an ideal look to where they know what a safe throw is. But when you make a throw and a guy's able to get there. And see, that's one thing that people don't really study about him enough, bro. They don't look at his hips, bro. His hips and his change of direction is like a corner, bro.
Yep.
And I noticed it from day one. I said, oh my God. Like when I saw him like working out, I said, man, this dude, her man change of direction is
ridiculous. And think about this. Donovan Wilson, think about this. Because we kind of have to pay attention to stuff like this. Donovan Wilson was the first rookie that ever got first team reps with this Dallas Cowboy team. And he got the first, and I'm going to tell you what they put him in, at slot. You know what I'm saying? This was him first team reps when they were he was the only rookie that was running with before Tony Pollard ever saw any first team reps. Freaking Tony, my boy Donovan Wilson was making waves, and people were writing articles about him starting at not necessarily starting, but he was running with the first team offense at OTAs, and that was before anything else happened. You know what I'm saying? So not to try to pull any shade to Xavier Woods, because I got 26 plays. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. 26 total plays between last year and this year, and this is just one of them, man. This is just one of the plays. This is something that I've seen, with all of them. This is in the passing game. Now you guys got to remember, he's my safety. He's my last line of defense, meaning your angle game has to be on point. Well, yeah, this is that final play against the Texans. Keep it real. Anthony Brown made a bad play too. Look at Anthony Brown's horrible angle. But look at this. Look, what are you doing? Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh, what are you doing?
We getting ready to tell the truth on Xavier Woods, and I'm all for the truth, bro. Cause see, you pulling up this one on
I'm gonna show a
Hoskins.
couple.
Well, I know you got many, but it's stuff that's even coming to my brain, like the Chargers game. Like you could.
Let me
Keenan Allen did the same thing.
Let me just show this one real quick.
Woods missed the tackle the exact same way, bro.
But I'm just saying. I mean, y'all, like, come on, man. Like, this is my free safety. Like, imagine if this was if this is my strong safety. You know what that means? This is a running back, bro. There's no way. And then, I mean, he has head up. You know what he does? Instead of staying on, now playing DB, we have this thing called staying on your 180-degree angle. If you stay on a 180-degree angle, it will take you to the ball. That's just modern science. That's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you because LVE is going to stay on his 180. He's going to stay on his 180, and guess what it's going to do? It's going to take him straight to the ball. LVE has, like, you can tell my boy LVE was coached up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is a phenomenal talent. It just sucks that it has this huge question mark over his injuries, but as far as his fundamentals as like in space and stuff, it's ridiculous because LV saves this from a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And he's coming from the linebacker position. But I just want to roll this footage. But look at this, man. Instead of him staying on his 180, he scrapes like a linebacker. Like, watch, he starts scraping
over and over.
Like, look at this, bro. Like, Anthony Brown did the best thing he could do. You know what that was? Slowed him down. So you know what he's supposed to do? He's supposed to stay on your 180. If you stay on your 180, it's going to lead you right here to the 50 where he's going to be at. Right about here. But you know what he does? He scrapes like he's a linebacker. Watch what he starts doing. You want to know why? Because he don't really want that action, y'all.
No,
look what he does.
Bro.
Look where he's at. Remember I said if you stay on your 180, guess where he's going to take you? Right here to the 50. And you're going to meet him head on. But that's not what he does. He scrapes. And I'm like, what are you doing? And guess what he does? He gets 5 more yards. Now look I'm gonna show you something else. Tank messed up too. And Tank, you know you're my boy. But Tank didn't stay on his 180 either. Because guess what? His 180, if he stays on it, it takes him right here. You know what he does? He takes like a 60-degree angle and he damn near misses him. Watch. See how he cuts the angle? Missed him. Only person on the field that stayed on their 180 is LVE. And guess what he gets? The tackle. Stays on his 180
and man, shoot,
and gets the tackle. That's freaking basic training, bruh.
You can actually show these on Xavier Woods all day.
Like that's basic, bruh.
Like out of everybody on the team, him and Anthony Brown, and I would say especially him, get the biggest passes. And especially Xavier Woods, because one thing that I noticed quickly is they never even really brought in real good solid competition to push him. They never did. So and it actually upset me because it was like, okay, y'all got Joe Scarborough to be competition against Zeke. You got Mike White, drafted him to be competition for Dak. And then you got this safety who's known for missing tackles, and you basically treat him like he's already earned a job. So it's like, I mean, you know, I'm always for players being able to improve, but at some point you got to have people like knowing that when I mess up, it's somebody that's hungry behind me. Who was that person that was itching to get in when he messed up? And one of the things I hated the worst, West Coast, this is between me, you, and the world.
Don't tell nobody else.
Don't tell nobody else. Then the whole world listening, but don't tell nobody else. But this is the deal. When Xavier Woods missed 6 to 7 tackles in the Chicago game by himself, and I was watching, Talking Cowboys on one of those shows, and that week they called him, hey man, they was doing a show outside. Hey man, come talk to us. And he came, he was just smiling. I said, oh man, that told me right there. I said, like, if I would have had a week like that and missed that many tackles, bro, I would have been involved in cameras. I would have been focused. I wouldn't have been no smiles. I would have been just all business, And when I saw him just cheesing and smiling and feeling all good the Tuesday after we just got mollywopped by Chicago, I said, ain't nobody putting no pressure on him, man. It's like nobody in his face. Like, that's one thing I just pray changes with. And somebody asked a question real quick. Somebody said, but was Donovan Wilson against starters? I don't care.
Thank
I don't
you.
care.
Thank you. I
Because,
don't care.
Because see, this is the deal. Everybody's supposed to use preseason as a gauge of what you are.
Thank
So
you.
if because you can't graduate college if you don't pass the SATs. So the SAT is the first step to say, are you even college worthy? So if you aced the SAT, you deserve more plays in college. And I'm making that analogy to preseason. If you get 3 interceptions in basically less than 3 quarters, then I want to see more.
Thank you.
Period, man. Come on, let's stop all this. We be having favorites and we be giving cats passes.
I mean, how did Xavier Woods get the starting position? Because he looked good in preseason. So now another guy who looks good in preseason can't. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, for people to use preseason against people, like, that is just, in my opinion, that shows a level of your football expertise. Because anybody knows that, bro, like, what are you talking about? They're playing against the same level of talent as them. My question is this: Donovan Wilson, no, he was not playing against starters, but you know what he was playing against? Other fourth stringers just like him, and he was the best player. Or second stringers just like him. And he was the best person on the field. And my thing for the Dallas Cowboys is, that doesn't excite you? Like, that doesn't like, how did we discover Miles Austin? Where did Miles Austin have his best game? Miles Austin's best game of his career, you know when it was? 2 games, a regular season and a preseason game.
Yep.
That's how we found out Miles Austin. That's how we found him in a preseason game. The New York Giants, how did they find Victor Cruz? He had 260 yards in a preseason game. Ended up being one of their best receivers in their organization. Romo. Like, man, if it doesn't matter, what are you using it for?
Yeah, preseason is a tool to evaluate. And when all these safeties, when Gil Bryan said this, tell me if I said it wrong, West Coast. Please correct me if I said it wrong. If you're looking for a safety, this is the best safety class that I've witnessed in 40 years. Did I say that wrong?
No, that's what he said.
Okay, so then out of those safeties, one of the safeties was graded the highest out of all those safeties, and it was Donovan Wilson. That guy didn't deserve more reps, bro. Come on, bro. Now, out of all the safeties going into the draft that we all loved, Hill, Hooker, all the guys that we was like, man, just get him. Oh, just get him. Oh, just get him. Oh, just get him. We get one in the 6th round, and then just like Dak and the magic of Will McClay mixed with the magic of our personnel department, and I'm gonna give all of them credit. Steven, and even I'm gonna give Jason Garrett credit because he's a good eye. He has a great eye for talent. Never take that away from him.
Hey, Jason Garrett found Dak Prescott.
I don't like Jason Garrett, but I do know that he has an eye for talent. Don't ever say that he doesn't. That's crazy.
So so pay attention when he picks up random.
That's
when
crazy.
They pick up random weapons in the Giants, pay attention,
bro. Like,
pay attention to that.
The table. He beat it like, no, Jerry. Now I saw the tape. Like, I can't lie on you. When you do a good job, I got to give you credit. Yeah. But at the same time, when our personnel department hit to where it said, okay, we got Donovan Wilson in the 6th, and right now currently ranked out of everybody that's also playing preseason, he's ranked number 1 out of all the safeties drafted, and we hardly see him, bro.
Yeah, and also let's I want to, because you always say that statement, but I think you got to do it some more justice. In preseason, they're not ranking them on rookie safeties. No. This is all the safeties in the NFL who played in the preseason, and he was ranked the number 1. Okay? The number 1. And he didn't even play. He played 3 downs, I think, at safety this year. 3. Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. All right, now I ain't even got to 2019 yet. But I just wanted to bring you up on why I was pissed off at Xavier Woods to start the season off. This is the Rams game that I'm at. You know what I'm saying? This is the Rams game that I'm at. Right? Here we go. This is Xavier right here. So he's your deep. They're in a cover 3 formation. He is my lone safety. Everything is on you. Guess what he does? Comes up again. Look, clear lane. Look at this. This is Todd Gurley. This is Woods. This is a clear lane. 15 yards, man.
Mm-hmm.
To the house.
And then I know And I know you're not even going deep, bro, because he did this a lot that game, and people don't talk about it. The bad angles, the bad missed tackles. It's like he gets a clear pass, and the only thing that the like you one of the few, bro, that actually talk about this. Like me and you, are like I don't really hear too many people really just like, come on, bro, like and even after this, West Coast gave him a chance. Even after this, West Coast saw him in training camp and said, "Hey, man, my bad." Literally humbled himself, like, "Hey, you balling right now." And I want to say this right now: West Coast and me will do a complete 180 on any player that changes.
Brandon Cooks is going to be where he's supposed
we
to be.
will do a complete one. We will be against you when you missing tackles, and if you start making them being consistent, we will turn and be all the way for you and have your complete back, bro. And you should see that. Like some people look at that as bad, like, "Oh, I remember y'all was against Woods." Yeah.
People call me a hypocrite still because I like Dak. Oh, now you like Dak. Well, I mean, there was things that I didn't like and things that I changed about. So I mean, as he changed, I changed.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. The what's wrong is the people that never want to change an opinion because they don't want to be wrong.
All
like,
right.
and this is the deal. This is the deal, and I'm done preaching. This is not about a perfect judgment system because 40% of people that's drafted in the first round are complete busts. That means people that are paid millions are making D's overall. Think about that. That the best grade overall and where you're supposed to have out of 400 players, you can't miss at least on these 32. They still getting a D. So obviously it's going to be a lack of judgment because we in a performance gauging business, right? All of us. But what you want is you want the flexibility and the people that when they are wrong, have the humility to say, yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong. And that's what West Coast tried to do. But then West Coast was just slightly too early. Because he was looking at him at practice, right? And I said, I agree. And I said the same thing. I said, man, he is balling. Look, man, he getting all of those balls in his preseason. He but then I said, I want to see it in the season. That was the only little caveat I put on there. And he let me down. And because then Woods went on the show and thought it was cute and talking about, I dropped 4 easy ones. Like, bro, that ain't funny, bro.
Yeah, man.
That ain't funny, bro. Ain't nothing funny about that, bro. Like, we needed those gimme interceptions, bro. Like, we needed that. Like, we would have probably turned some of those games where we just needed one win to get in a tournament, bro. And we needed that turnover and you was doing it in the preseason. So what it's really telling me is that something about those lights make it too big for you.
Yeah, we're gonna go to 2018 too, because I know I can't change every snowflake. I can't save every every starfish, but at least the 75 people on Facebook and the 15 people on Facebook on YouTube get saved. But I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, man. This is the most obvious run play I've ever seen in my life. You got Xavier Woods right here, number 25, lined up against Todd Gurley. And guess what they do? Run the ball in the A-gap and give him the ball. Like, this is a standard run. Standard. But you know what makes it so amazing? Here we go. Little boop. Look at that. We're going to pause that thing right there. You know what I have right here? I have a first-round pick running back named Todd Gurley, who's supposed to be the best in the NFL. And I have a no-name safety. I think he's out of Louisiana somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to put on for your hood right there.
Yeah.
Like everybody that's ever said you was small, everybody that's ever looked at you weird, anybody that's ever owed you money, they should have felt it right then. That should have been oh my God, who is number 25?
Yeah, and that's not an unfair expectation because guess who had that same expectation and rose to the challenge? Jordan Lewis. If you go back to game 1 against the Giants, you know who more dangerous than Gurley in open space like this?
Who?
Saquon.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you like this. Saquon makes one cut and he's like, this couldn't happen with Saquon. Like this is
But know who made the tackle on him in open space like this twice?
Jordan Lewis.
And he didn't only do it against him, he did it with Ingram. And I'm talking about 10 yards of space in each direction, bro.
And he's smaller too,
You know what
man.
I mean?
Jordan Lewis is hanging
And
on for
he's
his life.
smaller.
Hanging on. And this is the thing.
So I can't give a pass for this when I'm seeing one of my guys do it.
Yeah. And boss, I'm gonna tell you guys this too. Like, I'm not even expecting for him, like if the guy outweighs you, I'm not even expecting for you to tackle him. I'm not even expecting, you know what I'm saying? To slow him down. Like, at least put some skin on him.
Yeah, just hold him up, man. Let the cavalry come.
Hold on for dear life. And that's what I didn't mind about Jeff Heath. Jeff Heath was going to hit you and just hold on to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can drag him in the end zone all you want.
You can do that. Like, you can knock Jeff Heath for clumsy because he's clumsy. That's just a fact. Everybody knows it. You can knock him for angles because occasionally he had horrible angles. But mostly, he was going to get you down.
Look at this.
Minimum.
Look at this. Look at this. Same thing. Instead of, and you know what? And I'm gonna tell you this right here. This right here is where I start saying, yeah, I don't think Xavier Woods really wants that action, because if you really want that action, why are you running backwards? You're supposed to, firefighters run to the fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was never defensive tackle, but there was a defensive tackle who used to always say that. Firefighters run to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else runs away from it. You know what I'm saying? We're running to the tackle. What are you doing? Run to the tackle. You know what I'm saying? Because people bounce out. Look at this.
Yep. And Sean Shapiro said,
and then look at what are you doing?
He said, I was the same way with Dak. I got called a Dak hater, but I was like, I saw it. I needed to see Dak improve on errors, and he did, so I was cool. Joe Tricino the same way. Joe Tricino used to be very critical of Dak, but he's not as critical anymore because he saw Dak improve. You know, like, you know, it's I like our fans. I love the people that listen to us because it's people that's willing to say, you know what, I was wrong, and I've been wrong. I've openly said I was wrong on stuff. West Coast said the same thing. We compromised on guard publicly. You know, when we was having that public debate. That's the way to be, man. And I got I'm like you, bro. I got a major bullseye on Xavier Woods. Now, this is the deal. If he changes, I got no problem with him, bro. I have no problem with it. I'll totally be like, you know what? He improved. I'm not going to hit him upside the head no more. You know, but I'm not going to ignore it either just because he's one of my favorites. I'm just not going to do it.
He ain't one of my favorites. You got to make plays.
There's a lot of people to where they have favorites, like, you know.
Oh, you're talking about them? You saying them? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of people that have favorites. It's people that favor Dak. It's people that favor Zeke. It's people that favor Jones. It's people that favor Tank. And when you can't critique them, and if you critique them, they get mad at you. You know what I mean? But it's like, no. Then who are you a fan of? Are you a truth teller? Because one of the biggest statements that I ever heard in my life is don't be the person that's devoted. A devoted person is a loser. Because what you do is you just go along to get along because you saying you supportive and you devoted. A loyal person is going to tell you, hey, my man, before you go talk to that lady over there, we just ate crab. Here's some gum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your breath smells. And it's not about embarrassing you, but it's about telling you the truth so you can improve.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna never be that devoted guy to work because I just like this guy. You know, I'm just gonna ride with him. If Dak has a bad game, I'm gonna say it. As much as I rock with him, I'm still gonna say it. And the same thing we should be with any one of them.
Yeah, man, because at the end of the day, it's about them. It's about us having the best team available. It's not having your favorite players on the team. That's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about having the best players on the team, man. And that's what football is. Like, that's how you become. Because think about this: there's this another player that you don't even know about, that you're not even hearing about. Like the Donovan Wilsons. You should have the same energy that I have for Donovan Wilson right now. But you want to know why you don't have him? Because you're not watching film on it, and because there's other people that are in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Even the Dorrance Armstrongs, like, man, I saw Dorrance Armstrong on some accidental stuff. Like, I was literally doing some film breakdown of Antoine Woods, and I was like, wow, my dude is working.
He kept flashing. Yep.
Like, I'm like, dude, this dude's out here balling. You know what I'm saying? So I saw, you know, so when you see that and you get out there and you see those different things, you know what I'm saying, you have to adjust to it, and you got to be like, okay, let me go look at some more. You know what I'm saying? It intrigued me. You You know what I'm saying? It intrigued me. It made me want to go look. Because, I mean, now, to be honest with you guys, now I'm more, I'm okay with the defensive end. Because at first I was like, dang, defensive end is something we really, really got to look at. But now I'm like, if we can if Dorrance Armstrong can get a little Yui, I might be okay with him.
Yeah. And Tywan Taylor, we got to obviously coach in the building. My boy Tywan said he needs to attack the outside leg and force him back into the pursuit. That's an obvious coach. Or he played Tywan. He had another good statement too, where he said it sounded like Wilson is a better free, and I actually agree with that. The good thing about the Dallas Cowboys,
oh my God,
historically, and I'm almost finished, is they have actually rotated safeties between free and strong, where basically some safeties and some defensive coordinators, they like their strong to always kind of stay to the strong side of an offense. But then there are also there are certain defenses to where they rotate depending on the strength of the defense. And we was more rotating. So in that type of scenario, if we stay the same, you will see Donovan Wilson also get some act that free as well.
Hey, I want to say, go ahead.
Yeah, but ideally, I actually and this is just my mind. Nobody got to agree with this, but I'm rocking with what you said, Mr. Tyler. I'd rather actually see Donovan because of his ranginess and his quick, the way he's able to flip his hips and change direction, get more act that free, and then put Ha down in the strong.
Absolutely. The only reason why I even conceded is because Ha said that he was going to play free safety when he came in. That's the only reason.
You played it from what's
that's the only reason why.
Yeah, that's likely going to happen. But I was just saying, like, what I would want to see. But you saying based on what they've discussed, So, and what's obviously been discussed as a condition to me signing with the Cowboys. Yeah,
because realistically, I conceded to putting Wilson at free safety because I was like, well, at strong safety, because I'm like, damn, Wilson really ain't no strong. I don't want him hitting. I want Wilson running around looking for the football. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I also thought about what is a sneaky way I can get him on the field.
Right.
Sneaky way I'm going to get him on the field is I'm hoping that my defensive line that I just invested all this money in is going to stop running backs from getting back there, so then Donovan Wilson can still do some of that stuff. But you're absolutely right. In a perfect world, I want Ha playing strong safety, and I want Donovan Wilson being my free safety. That's what I want. In a perfect world, that's what I want.
That's exactly what I would want.
Hey, this is that other play, man, from that Chicago game. This is last year. He had 6 plays in this game. He had 7 plays in this game alone, man. Well, I'll just roll the beam footage, man. Let y'all
listen to film speak. No opinions.
This is Woods right here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Can I ask somebody a question, please? Can I ask anybody a question before we even start? Why didn't this play stop right there?
I'm in the lab. It's not fun.
Why didn't this play stop right here?
Yeah. I don't even want to look at it. Makes me angry.
Why didn't this play stop right here? This is a man beater route. So him being in this position right here, even though I don't want him in this position, these are all man beaters. You know what I'm saying? One-on-one routes. You have safety help. Why didn't this play stop right here? What was he doing? What are you doing? Like, bro, you're supposed to blow him up. All he has to do is run straight, and he's gonna run right into the football. Why didn't this play stop right there? You want to know why? Because instead of hitting him, he runs right past him. He tried to arm tackle him. He didn't try to put his body into it. He tried to arm tackle him. When you're arm tackling, you don't want that smoke. You ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? That life that you say you about, you ain't really about it. Because this man right here, this is another situation. He should have been an innocent victim. This guy should have been an innocent victim. You should have hit him, and he should have went that way. Do you know what that is? That's 17, and that's his last name. He's not even facing the goal line anymore. He's not even facing the goal. Look at that. That's the number 17, and that's his last name. He's not even looking at the He's not even looking at the end zone. He's 3 yards away from it. He's looking the opposite way. and you missed them.
West Coast, remember we had Roy Williams on the show?
Yeah.
And we was talking about that screw that got to be loose in the safety's head.
Yeah.
And we said that actually to him, like, bro, like, explain the philosophy of being the safety with a missing screw in your head. Because you can't listen to Roy Williams because he's very articulate. He speaks very, very well mannered. But when he played, he had a missing screw. And he explained that my craziness came from playing on concrete in California. Yep. Yeah, that's a super whiff. That's a scary tackle, and that's not wanting it. And that's not a big guy. Like if that would have been,
my boy says Heath would have cracked him. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Heath would have Keith killed him. Heath would have killed him.
Broke his neck right there. A receiver running free.
Heath would have ended his career. Yeah. Hey, Buddha, you're absolutely right. He would have ended his career.
Real hitters live for that right there. They live for that right there.
You're not even looking at me. You're not even looking at me.
I'm holding you up. You lighter than me. I finally get to crack a guy that's lighter than me. I've been going against these 230 type of running backs all day. I finally get to crack a guy that's 180 and I weigh 200. And you do this. And then the worst part is you just getting started with the Chicago highlights. Like, it's more of this. It's a lot of this. So when you hear me kind of like say I'm not high on Delpit, it's because of stuff like this. And somebody will say, well, how many games do you need safeties to make a tackle? This game. He needed it this game, bro. Come on, bro. Like, we can't give cats passes for missing tackles, man. Come on, bro. Like, I ain't
bro.
That,
now
man.
when I see 2 years of it. Not when I see 2 years of it. Not 2 years of it.
No, not 2 years of it. I need to draft a guy that I know is gonna just demolish this guy right now. Instead, he getting up, flexing. Man, come on, bro. Put us on a 1. You gave us 6 on that out of just pure timidity.
Yeah, man. And the thing about it is, like, I don't get the connection. Like, I think people love they love the underdog story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, they love the underdog story. But at some point, man, you got to understand there's another underdog story, and that's the person that's in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to for real, like, look at something else. You know what I'm saying? Because, one thing about Xavier Woods is, like, man, like, there's no way that you guys are seeing him as a free safety, not taking advantage of stuff. Because you got to think, if he's the free safety, that means he's the one guy who can roam free. He's not attached to nothing. He do whatever he want to do. He like the one person in all of football who don't really got a job. Like, he like that uncle that just come. Like, what you do? You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? He like that one uncle. That's free safety. You do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, I'm never out of position. You know what I'm
saying? Like that one uncle.
That's how he is. That's how the free safety is. He ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? What he all, how he be. You know what I'm saying? That's how your free agent, your free safety is. And bro, if you have even Byron Jones got, like, think about this. Byron Jones got interceptions at the free safety position. Byron Jones did. Like, and I know free interceptions ain't anything, but you know what? Missed tackles, you can't be not getting interceptions and not getting missing tackles. If you're not getting interceptions and you're missing tackles, bruh. Like, if you're missing tackles, you had better be getting interceptions. I'm
gonna give Xavier Woods 1 pass.
For when? For that game?
No, just hear me out. Just hear me out. 1 pass is this. Sometimes players need to be pushed. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you get the best out of players when they're pushed. Like, for instance, we didn't see the best of Jarwin until they benched him. When they benched him after the Jaguars game where he was having those alligator arms, when Dak threw him a perfect ball and he just basically just alligator armed it and missed it, and Dak would have had, an even better completion and passing rate than if he would have made that conversion. And they benched him for Schultz. And then Schultz the next game was starting even in clutch time versus the Redskins in the game-winning drive. So when they put Jarwin back out there, though, you could see a difference in him. You could see a difference. Like, I'm not entitled. I'm not loved. I'm not the beloved son. They will bench me. And when he knew that, it brought the best out of him. So maybe, just maybe, the conditions of the lack of competition and entitlement kind of made him what he is. It's really not a pass. It's more so like we need to bring in competition at worst.
Yeah.
I'm no longer co-signing anybody or giving anybody passes, especially if you ain't no competition. If you can mix six tackles and 7 tackles in one game
and nothing happened to you,
nothing happened
to you, nothing.
Somebody should have been made an example.
Nothing.
That game, bro. Say some games you make an example. Some games you don't say, "Oh, no, you okay, man? Everybody have a."
Hey,
game.
boss, what is that film like on Monday morning? Like,
Like you literally want to get under the. You want to get
college.
Under the,
hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: in college, like, cause college is way more. Cause in the pros, it's they getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But in college, it's like, look, bro, I'm on a scholarship list like you. If that's me, if I'm Donovan Wilson, say, bro, I'm saying something. Saying something.
Yeah, I might be in a doghouse.
Like, I'm saying something. I don't care. I'm standing up. I'm saying something. That ain't happening, bro.
7 tackles and then I'm not getting rotated.
I'm saying something, bro.
And if I'm Jordan Lewis, I'm saying something.
I'm saying something.
Bro, damn, y'all just let this man miss 7 tackles and y'all on my ass?
Yeah, exactly. What type of culture is that? You know what I'm saying?
Coach is that? Y'all on me and
exactly.
I missed a clutch tackle and y'all letting this dude miss 7 tackles? Shit, this ain't fair.
Yeah, I'm definitely saying something.
Great. I said 3 cuss words. I'm sorry, but the secondary gets me passionate, bro. Like, it's one of those things to where I feel like West Coast are now harder on the secondary because we played it. And these were expectations that was put on us. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know I'm talking in a way to where I know my coaches would have talked to me.
And we didn't even make it to the league,
bro.
And we didn't even make it to the league.
I never could have missed 6 tackles in one game.
But think about this, boss. We up here saying we have harder expectations, bro. We didn't even make it to the league. I played some arena, but we didn't even make it to the league, bro. You were at the show, man. You were at the show of shows. And you're telling guys who didn't make it to the league, my boy Boss Cowboy, he played Division I. I played overseas for the military, but he played Division I at University of Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got dudes that played high level, didn't make it to the level, and then you doing stuff that my coach would just be rolling over in his grave for.
Oh, man.
Bro, I remember,
I got to tell you a story, bro, just real quick.
Get interceptions on Saturday, you play on Sunday. I remember exactly. Arena coach told me.
Exactly.
If you,
amen.
You will play on Sunday.
One of the realest players I ever played with, he actually played under Will McClay with the Dallas Desperados.
Good point, John.
His name was Will Pettis. He was 6'2". He ran a 4.2 or 4.3. He was more 6'3"-ish. He had the best feet that I've ever seen with a guy his size. He was the right corner, right? I mean, just freaky athlete. He was playing soft one game. He got beat by a corner that ran a slant and took a 6-yard slant 70 yards, bro. So we all sitting in the film. We know this play coming. So we just kind of like, okay, what my coach gonna say about this, right? So when that happened, bro, my coach turned off the film, and this is the best athlete, not only in our secondary room. This is at U of H, period. He's the best athlete. Matter of fact, they call him one of the best athletes all time at U of H. And he turned off the film and said, say, bro, just like that, my coach, he said, say, bro, you playing like a little, he said the B-I-T
like a
word.
B-I-T-C-H.
Yeah. He said, you acting like a real, and he turned off the film, broke the projector thing to where and said, bruh, if you do this one more time, you would never see my field again. Never. And, we all was like, whoa, you talk to Will like that? And Will slid down in his chair like, damn, coach. But guess what it did? It brought the dog out of my boy. Mm-hmm. The next game, my boy Will had 15 tackles, caused 2 fumbles, and had 2 interceptions, and got up and dropped the football like it was a 40. Because he had a coach that didn't tolerate it, bro. He didn't treat him. He didn't baby him. He treated him like a man. He was like, bro, this is unacceptable, and I will bench you. I don't care how cold you are. Exactly. And broke the projector, bro. Broke it. Boom. And we all sitting there like, whoa. And we all had a dog practice that week because we knew right then our coach fair. and that any one of us, if we ball, can play.
Yeah, and also you got to think about this, man. Like that also my boy John Juice said some great thing. He said culture affects a lot of gameplay. You absolutely freaking right, man, because like if I'm a guy and I'm going to practice every single day, because like the thing about sports is what people don't understand is like sports is supposed to be that one area where you can go and it doesn't matter if you're black, it doesn't matter if you're blue, and honestly it doesn't matter if you're a male and a female. If you find a female that can run a 4.2 and can get in and out of breaks, she's gonna be in the NFL, guaranteed, because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Sports is like that. Sports, I don't care if you're blue, black, or green. They don't care. It's supposed to be that one space where you can go and you get talked about, or you get accoladed because of what you did. You know what I'm saying? Or what you are an individual. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how you're able to have the Jackie Robinsons. Why? Because they're like, dang, I know this is all white sport, but did you see how fast that dude can run? That's how Jackie Robinson got into baseball. You know what I'm saying? Football is supposed to be that common where it's like it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna tell you, you literally are killing my sport, man, when you do stuff like this. Because I can only imagine being a Donovan Wilson, going out there every single day, working hard at practice, and you're sitting in the film and you're watching a dude just make mistakes after mistake after mistake after mistake, but you're yelling at me to improve. Man. What does my improvement earn me? That's why I
just go out one ear and
out the other. And that's why I said, that's why I said, remember, and this is one of the few times I spoke out about Jason. I said, all right, Jason, I love this whole, we gonna discipline guys who get disciplined. I love that. I love them disciplined. But hey, don't we need to reward some of these guys that's doing their jobs too? Like that gotta go both ways. You just can't be spanking your kids and not rewarding them when they do good. You can't, that's not how it works, bruh. You know what I'm saying? If you spank that butt, if you're going to go hard on them when they do something wrong, you need to go equally as good as them when they do something right. You know what I'm saying? And that pendulum does need not to far, and that's the thing about the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, yeah, and it's crazy because now, in the past, and I praise God that this has changed, but in the past, bruh, if you pay bad, it wasn't even a guarantee you was getting off the field. Yeah. So we really don't even know. Like, you can't even really say if Donovan Wilson wasn't good or bad. Want to know why? Because you really know that there are situations where people did not play because of whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because of whatever reason.
Favoritism, and we don't know exactly the source, but it was a culture of it, and it's pretty obvious. It's like, come on, bro. Like, how many times we got to see the same thing over multiple positions? Because 2 + 2 is 4. It's never going to be 5. 2 + 2 is 4. So when you see Jordan Lewis balling, getting interceptions, picking them up, taking them to the house, getting picks, and then, starting, not getting touchdowns caught on them. And then if it's a touchdown caught on them, it's from the best of the best on the opposing team. And then they keep rotating in Anthony Brown every time this man win a job. It was the culture. So that's one thing that's exciting about Mike McCarthy that I think is going to make a tremendous difference. And I also put this in the book. I said the biggest thing that I'm going to be looking for to know if we have a major coaching change, it's going to be how they treat Heath and how they treat
Jason Witten.
And when both of those guys moved on, that told me that McCarthy is likely to be more common sense and no favoritism versus kind of good old boy. He's my guy. I believe in him. I think he's going to turn it around. McCarthy is results oriented. Yeah. And if you can see it from the transition in and out of his best player, from Donald Driver, right, to Cobb, to they call him White Lightning in Green Bay, but all his best receivers that if they was in Dallas would have been basically held up as the people that you never get rid of. He got rid of them because at that time it was just the best decision. So I think that's one of the biggest differences that's going to take us from more 8-8-ish or 10 or times where we might be 12-4. That's going to make us 13-3-ish, 11-5-ish versus 8-8-ish. It's going to be those cultural differences that make everybody go all out. And I'm glad you put up the whole defense from the start of the show, and we just brought it all the way back to honestly what was one of the weakest links, or I would say the weakest link on our defenses, but it was low key, and that was Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah, man, by far. By far. Because at the end of the day, you got to say it like this. Even if the defensive tackles don't make the tackles, bruh, you're the strong safety. I mean, you're the freaking safety, bruh. You gotta get it, bro. And this is the thing about it. It's like this, man. If you can't do it, let me know so I can put somebody back there who can.
Yep.
Because this is one of them situations where I can't just be like, okay, if you can't do it, we're just going to try to Band-Aid it. No, bro, you are the safety. You are the last line of defense. Last line of defense. If you can't do nothing but for sure one thing as a safety, bro, you gotta be able to tackle. You want to know why? Because if you go look at every time a safety makes a tackle, do this drill. Look and see who's behind them. Nobody. It's usually the only person that's behind them is the red zone, the end zone. If a safety don't make that tackle, you know who tackles them? The end zone does.
Julius asked, do you feel front office is to blame or control some of that?
Absolutely.
When I say no.
From last year.
Hey, let me tell you why. Because yes and no.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I mean,
yes and no. Because see, yes, it's your fault because you didn't step in and address the cultural problems. No, it's not your fault because then you let your coaches coach. You see what I'm saying? So you can't knock them for doing what they say they do. So when you see McCarthy and them let some people get away that we knew was assets, bruh, and Jerry and them let them do it, I can't really blame them because they said we let our coaches coach. I'm actually seeing them that was true. They let Garrett have the coaches that he wanted.
And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
That's fine. Yeah. But then, like with Brown, I was for Brown, the running backs coach. He's gone. And it's like you can't look at Brown and say he didn't do his job. But McCarthy was like, I want another guy. I want my guy. And they let him do it. So from that standpoint, I feel like Jerry and Steven sit back and they get the players in place. They listen to your vision. I think the one thing that they did was they took play calling from Jason Garrett. That's where they stepped in. But from other than that, I think they let him run his show. They gave him all the rope to either make it or break it, and he broke it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I totally disagree with that because if you give someone all the rope, that means you allow them to at least make the change, call the plays that determine if you win or lose. You know what I'm saying? And he was not able to do that. So I definitely do not believe that. And I definitely don't think that Jason Garrett in a season where he was trying to get a contract was telling Jason Garrett, the Joneses, hey man, don't worry if you sign Ezekiel Elliott because I'll figure it out with Tony Pollard and Alfred Morris in a year that I need to, get a contract. I definitely believe that the Dallas Cowboys, I think the number one reason why we went 8-8 is because of management. It wasn't because we had players injured. Yeah, it was. Well, on the defensive side of the ball, it was because you had your whole defensive tackles injured, and guess what you did? You never even did anything. You drafted Tristan Hill saying that he was going to be the fix-all. In 2018, we got 200. The last game that we played in 2018, you know how many yards they rushed on us? 275. You know what the Dallas Cowboys did to fix that? They went and got a guy that Rod Marinelli kicked it with on his birthday in a hotel room, and he was the savior. That was supposed to be our savior.
Management is also a problem.
So let me finish. Let me say my little piece because I let you. You know what I'm saying? But
go.
Just from that standpoint, then also look at all the distraction from off season. Yep. With Dak Prescott, like
that's you distraction.
You had your number one defensive player threatening to not come back and freaking DeMarcus Lawrence. You had your best freaking your running back not even there. Yep. Then you every single week you was telling Dak Prescott like, man, and then Cooper not paid. And then think about this, Cooper didn't. And if I don't even want to go into that, but I'm just saying Cooper didn't get paid.
So
Cooper didn't get played.
Like,
so
you can blame both.
this is the statement I was actually going to make. Defense, and this is actually a statement of hope because our management is the reason why we went 8-8, but our talent is the reason why we got 8 wins. Because I'm gonna tell you guys this: most teams that would have went through this, you know what they go 2-14.
Yeah, this we had 2-14 distractions.
We had 2-4. This should have been a 2-14 team.
Yeah, 4 games at the best.
You know what I'm saying? But the talent
dysfunction of what they played under, bro, because Dak finally kept it real.
Like, think about this, boss. Dak had to have the best season of his career
to go
just to battle through that.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. And then, like what Aikman said, the final game. People forget what Aikman said. He said, I can't wait till Dak ain't going through this, man.
Exactly.
He said, I can't imagine having to play a whole season for a contract. So, like, this is an ex-quarterback that's basically saying, I understand the pressure that he was playing under, and it was pressure that was inflicted by front office. So I do stand corrected on that.
And think about this, Troy Aikman was actually speaking against Dak at once.
The culture problem was coming from both. It was coming from the way that our coaches was coaching, and it was coming from the culture that was being applied and the pressure that we were trying to apply for contracts.
Hey, boss, and go ahead. I'm sorry for you.
And the politics, you're right. It was the politics of trying to sell the fan base on bad ideas. Like, we're gonna have Tristan Hill make up for the safety with being a day one guy. And what you also did is you put all this pressure on a rookie DT that's drafted 58. I want somebody to go find give me 5 DTs in the history of football that just broke out day one from round 2.
58, not even like 32, not even like 36 or 37.
Give me 5 in the history of football. You got 100 years to do this too. In just the first year as a second rounder broke out.
At the D tackle position.
Typically disruptive. You ain't gonna find them.
Hey, and boss, and I'm gonna tell you something else that, like, also, and for people say that, I'm gonna tell you also something else that management did. They tried to sell you this lie that Dak was okay with playing on was okay with playing on that 1 year deal last year. If that was the truth, why did Michael Bennett have to go into the locker room and cuss everybody out week 12 and tell them to stop talking about the money? Why did that situation happen?
Yeah, because they was talking about the
money. You want to know why? Because come week 12, Dak was still talking about his money. And my thing is this: why aren't you surprised?
It might not even been Dak. It could have been his teammates. Like, damn, like
when you gonna pay this dude?
They ain't paid him. Like, what? I ain't got a chance if they ain't paid him. So it's like the uncertainty of everybody's future didn't feel secure when the hardest working guy on your team. Like, what did Rod Woodson say? Rod Woodson say he has and this is an epic compliment when you say this. He has a Michael Irvin work ethic and leadership effect to the team, bruh. And he said, I'm not like everybody. My office overlooks the practice facility. I can get up from work and just go observe. I see him the first one out, and I see him the last one to leave, and I see him working with the 4th and 5th receivers if they ask him to. He said, I see it. And yet that guy was fighting for money, bro. No, you right. That's epic distraction. And that's what you right. And that's why Bennett came in, was like, bruh, we got to stop talking about that. And then our front office didn't get a clue, like, let's go ahead and pay him so we can kill the distraction because we trying to fight to get into these playoffs. You know what I mean? Yeah. They kept it into the entire season. And so when you have your best season and you got this epic monkey off your back, that's why anybody that's a betting man is going to tell you that Dak is likely finna surge the moment he's paid because he's going to be free.
Hey, I want to show this real quick. This is the Michael Bennett. It's only 9 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys get. I don't. So, all y'all folks talking about Dez was a distraction. I don't want to hear that crap, man. Everybody yells and screams in locker rooms in the NFL. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wanted to show y'all. That was now what it all came out is, you know, what they were arguing about is they were talking. He was saying it like, you know, everybody needs to just focus on playing and not focus on getting paid. But it's like, bro, Michael Bennett, you're a multimillionaire. I hate it when people with money try to tell broke folks they need to stop worrying about money. Like, shut up. Like, no, you cannot care about money. I got to care about it. Why? Because I still need it. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to tell a dude, a guy who's had 3 contracts, you know what I'm saying, to tell a guy before trying to get a contract, oh, stop focusing on that. It'll take care of itself. What you mean it's going to take care of itself? It didn't look like it took care of itself for Zeke. Zeke didn't get paid till 3 days before the season started. Like, no, it don't just take care of itself. No, maybe in Seattle, in Seattle, in New England, them other teams you came from, but no, in Dallas, no, bro, that's not how it works. And think about this. And hold on, my last thing I'm gonna say this on this is Michael Bennett ended up being wrong because guess what? He said after this right here that it'll all take care of itself, and guess what? It is now March 29th, and the boy still ain't paid.
Right, it sure didn't. And
so it didn't work out.
Why waste time talking about last year? Jason Garrett is a very bad coach. Move on. Listen, this is the same reason we study history, brother. We study history so we don't repeat it.
Exactly.
So we should talk about the past and say what in any good organization they have generally when an employee leaves.
What's up, Sonny? I see you.
And the reason why they do an exit interview is because this is our chance to really see the truth of why you leaving. Because usually when you're employed, you go always say the right things and, you go speak well about the company because it's security.
Yeah.
But then once you leave, you'll say, man, that manager, he's actually bad. He tries to mess with some of the ladies in the office. And you tell the truth. You say, we are actually not trained. Y'all not training us right. That's why you talk about the past. The reason why we brought up linebacker as a major liability because we obviously forgot the past. We put the past. So when we talking about it and we showed West Coast, and I'm not picking on you, Dan, I'm just answering your question. It's no
great question too, though.
It's a good question. So we talking about the past so that we can warn about the liabilities that's facing us if we don't make certain corrections. So we going in here actually like, oh, you know what? We are good with Sean Lee as a starter.
And you forget the past?
We didn't learn from the past, then.
You're going to be screwed.
We didn't.
No, but I'm saying you're going to be screwed if you.
That's why I put in my book, chapter 6, and the very start talking about linebacker. When your linebacker that was drafted to be for insurance, and that linebacker gets hurt, you need insurance. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things to where we always supposed to occasionally step back, look at the past, and say, these were the killers, and let's avoid that going forward and learn. So as you listening to the show, that's what we doing. So it's a well-rounded approach of what's going on in our defense, and we talked about it all. Personnel, who go likely be the starters, where did they go, who was the weak links, and culture. That's a well-rounded conversation of all the things to fix 2020. That's
I'm gonna also tell you guys something also too. Always speaking. I mean, this is the thing about it is you always want to talk about your past. We always talk about our past, but you want to talk about it in context. You know what I'm saying? You talk about your past in context as in how it's going to benefit your future. I talk about you when you talk about, you always tarry back to situations. The reason why we're always going to have kind of filter through Jason Garrett is because guess what? Coach McCarthy ain't coached a game yet. You know what I'm saying? So until he coaches a game, you can't replace that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have what we know was in front of us so that guess what? When we're driving down the street, and my check engine light comes on and I know I paid to get my oil or I paid to get this fixed, I'm going to be like, wait, time out. I'm going to go back. Wait, time out, Mr. Sir. I paid you to fix this. Why is this light coming back on? But as friends, I'm going to tell you guys what a lot of times we Cowboys will switch something out. Oh, it's fixed. And we just assume it's fixed. You know what I'm saying? And then you go out and then that Band-Aid starts slipping. And you're like, what's going on? We know what happened is, do you guys remember the last thing that we did? Yeah, that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So just like when everybody was saying, oh, we can let up Kamari Cooper, we can let him walk. No, we was like, no, remember, do y'all remember what happened in the past? Yeah. Do you guys remember what happened in the past? When folks are saying, yes, when folks say, oh, wait, Boss Cowboy, when people say stuff like, oh, we can just let Dak, I mean, he won't hold out, he won't miss. Do y'all remember what happened to Zeke? Do you not remember? You don't think Dak Prescott is thinking about that? Well, damn, they didn't pay.
Everybody that gets paid holds out.
You don't think they think about that about the past? So the past is really good because the past typically tells you how people are going to treat their future. That's just being real.
Past is prologue. You can get major indication of what's going to happen in the future by looking in the past. That's why we so high on Armstrong. It's not that we just like suckers and dumb. It's more so like, let's just look at the past of what happened to the year 3 players.
Exactly.
David
Irvin, he's going to get better.
When did he explode? Year 3. When did Tank explode?
Year 3.
When did Taco get him 6 or 7 sacks? Year 3. And he didn't even play the whole season. You know what I mean? So if we looking at the past, we already wasted. I ain't gonna say wasted because Taco wasn't a waste.
Taco got 5.5 sacks in 9 games though.
We
That's
need
a waste.
Daddy. We need a war daddy. We need a war daddy. We need a war daddy. And Tank broke out that year with 12.
Taco got 5 sacks in 9 games.
So yes, we look at the past, and you should look at the past to try to get an indication, especially in the offseason. You like, okay, before I go out here and panic, like I gotta go get this defensive end. Like everybody's real high on the defensive end from LSU right now. It's like, but we forgetting about the year 3 bump. We forgetting about that. And it's a lot of history on that, bro. Like, you know, it's just what it is. So if we don't look at the past, we the worst people to even talk football with.
Yeah. My boy says, ask Melvin Gordon if holding out leads to a contract. Ask Melvin Gordon is Melvin Gordon's Ezekiel Elliott. It's 2 different running backs, brother. 2 totally different running backs. I mean,
and then you don't ask Melvin Gordon the Dallas Cowboy question, because then what you really got to do is ask the Dallas Cowboys, do holding out actually lead to contracts? And
it does.
Answer, yes.
For us, it does.
You don't go ask another coach. You don't go ask another household if about what their rules are. You look at your household and what the rules are, and the rules are, and it's obvious in Dallas that Zach Martin was paid when he held out. When Tank used his shoulder for hostage, they took him off the tag and gave him his money. When Zeke told him early in January, y'all need to go ahead and pay me, man, because I ain't gonna wait this year. They said, and then guess what? When he didn't get on that plane, he got paid. So guess what? History says in our house that the way you get paid is holding out. Yeah. That's just what it is. So don't look at other people's households to learn our culture.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a great point. Really, really good point, man. So I mean, hey, man, we've been on here 2 hours, man. So smooth, Boss Cowboy, man. We've been rocking this morning, man. Actually, this is afternoon. It's dang near 3 o'clock now. It's 3 o'clock out here. It's dang near 5 out there. But hey, man, Boss Cowboy, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Boss Cowboy Sports, everywhere.
Everywhere on the internet, man. Hey, I just want to thank the sponsors, man, real quick. What's up, guys? It's in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. All right, man. Hey, shout out to CEV. Remember, you guys go over to CEVcollection.com. Make sure you guys use let me start over. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com. Make sure you guys use promo code CEV West Coast to get you a discount today. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you guys already know what it is.
Hey, man, don't leave yet, bro. You did me bad on that. Can we please not leave just for 1 second, because you brought a defensive end? Can we spend just 3 more minutes on that?
Oh no! What we were saying in that commercial break is I was saying it like, right, you guys got to think like this: defensive end, the number one or number 2 pick right now is going to be Chase Young. You know what I'm saying? Out of Ohio State, right? So that lets you know the number 1 defensive end is going to be gone. So that means anybody behind them that needs a defensive end is not even they're not even equating Chase, because they already know Washington's going to take him. You know what I'm saying? So that means say another team in front of us who needs an edge runner, they're going to take the second best rusher. So at best, when we get at 17, we're going to probably be looking at the 3rd or 4th best defensive end in this draft. Or you can run with Dorrance Armstrong. If you tell me it's between the 4th or even 3rd best defensive end at this draft at 17 or going with Dorrance Armstrong, I'm going with Dorrance Armstrong. Like, I don't think that the 4th or 3rd best defensive end in this draft is going to be to come in right now and probably outplay Dorrance Armstrong. I think they're going to be probably about the same. So since they're going to be about the same, it doesn't make no sense for me to draft you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense for me to draft you at all. So I mean, my answer for anybody that's asking West Coast, what are you drafting at 17? My exact answer is this: ask me the day before the draft. I have a better answer. That's it.
Yeah. And then my answer on it is, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff on Levon chasing, right? And I'm still kind of muddling over it right now. I'm not like super sold on it from 17, because I'm a guy that does look at history. And if I look at history, right, and I look at instant impact from first round defensive end, it's really not good. So
Unless they the
if I
first
look-
pick.
unless they like the top 5. So the Bosa brothers came out mashing, right?
Top 5 picks.
Top 5, and then you can then say Vic Beasley came out mashing.
Top 10.
Yeah, that's a top 10. And then you can say TJ came out mashing, and that was a bottom. So a bottom of the first. So the chances in the last, thinking back like 5 or 6 years of getting a guy at 17 that's coming out exploding at defensive end, if we just do basic numbers, we talking about likely a 5% chance.
And remember, these are defensive ends that put their hand in the dirt. There's a huge difference because 2 of them defensive ends you mentioned, they stand up.
And Chason is not in a 4-3 defense. He played.
He gonna be standing up.
Yeah, he's standing up. He's outside linebacker for LSU, but that played like an end. So, but at the same time, you can see his athleticism and stuff like that, and he's almost kind of like a TJ, to where TJ Watt, you couldn't look at his tape in college and say, I see a hand in the dirt type of guy. You know what I mean?
You're not putting TJ, he's standing up.
Yeah, because that's what he wasn't doing that. So
you're standing him up.
Everybody that even wanted TJ wanted him because they saw the football player.
That's
kind of how Chase.
Oh my God, that's a good point. That's a good. Hey,
and
rewind that.
It real.
Rewind
like,
that and say that one
saying,
time. Rewind that and say that one more time. Because
so
TJ wouldn't fit the Dallas Cowboys. That's why they weren't looking at him.
Right. It's hard to look at him and evaluate. And I'm being honest, y'all. Like, this is honesty, bro. Like, it's easy to just say.
That's the reason why we didn't take TJ. That's why we didn't take him.
It's because it's like, because you got to try to put yourself as a scout with your job on the line, bro. Right? You got to literally, like, these guys, if they get this wrong, they can be out the door. So it's almost like you got to automatically know that most scouts are going to be, the word is risk averse. They're going to be avoid risk. They're going to say, I saw Taco with his hand in the ground, versus TJ was playing more. And just go look at the Wisconsin system, man. They had 2 linebackers with 10 sacks last year, bro.
Exactly.
So they had 2 linebackers with over 10 sacks, bro. So it's like, it's almost a gamble. And that's where Chason is. So it's like, not saying he's not a clear athlete and clear football player. You can see everything. You can see the pureness in him. It's a pure football player in him. And he is the type that could be like a TJ. You know what I mean? Because like nobody really could say you knew for sure that TJ was going to do what he did, because it didn't match our defense. So a scout is trying to match as much as possible a player scheme wise to the current scheme, because that's safer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm not out on Chason. I wouldn't kick a wall and say we're dumb if we get him. I'd just be like, okay, like, hope it works out, because the chances of it happening is 5%. And I'm just keeping it honest. So it's one of those things to where I'm still digesting it. Y'all give me time on Chason. If I'm not just beating it like most people, it's because I'm still chewing on it. So give me some time. Give me about 3 more weeks. I'm going to try to go as deep as possible and film on him.
And you know what's crazy, boss? Like, this year, bro, it's like, man, every pick is going to be a risk, because, bro, you ain't got no pro days. The only thing you got is their tape that's it.
Right.
So there's really, like, and the thing about it is, like, there are some guys that just played against better competition. So it's like, of course, they're going to look maybe not as good as this guy over here who played against Balabagaboo State. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
Exactly. Right. So it's like, that's why I'm so happy for guys like Kyle Duggar, who was able to go to the combine before everything shut down, because he would have got screwed. Like, he would have got screwed, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But since he got to get out there with them big boys, he's going to hold his stock. But, man, anybody else, man, because there's no pro days. There's no Dallas days. There's no nothing.
And that makes a big difference. And check this out, West Coast. Let's be all the way honest.
There's no double health checks.
You actually talked to Kyle Duggar. Like, what did it do to you when you talked to Kyle Duggar?
It made me feel like he had that first round ability and mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a difference. Yeah. There's a difference in first rounders. Like, first rounders know they got to come in and play now.
Can change you, because the same thing happened to me when I talked to him and learned about his engineering background.
Like Tua, that's a good point. Buddha said Tua.
I'm saying how hungry he is, how he's so willing to interview with anybody. that he's very hard on himself. You know, all of that kind of stuff you see when you're up close. This C virus that's going around is not, your chances of being able to get that under the hood inspection is gone.
Yep.
So so the details that you learn from those sit downs and those visits and all of that kind of stuff, people not doing that. You know, so yeah, that's an epic point. But I'm glad we kind of finished out a little bit.
And think about this. And think about this, boss. Like if you're a mechanic, you've been doing it 26 years. You just walk up to a car and you look at it and be like, "Yeah, it's the alternator." You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you've been scouting linebackers for 27 years. The only thing you do, you know what I'm saying? You can walk up to a lineman, yeah, I like him. You can't do that right now.
No, you can't, bro.
You can't do that.
Hey,
none of that. There's no pro days. There's no nothing.
Joe just gave us the biggest compliment of all time, bro. I'm gonna screenshot what you said, man. It means a lot to me, bro. What you just said.
What the hell, Joe say?
Joe is in Italy, one of the hotbeds of the world for this virus, and he said, "Great show, guys. I stopped thinking about the virus for 2 hours because of you."
Appreciate
I
you,
really
babe.
appreciate that, bro. And that's really why
he had another great point too.
Don't
Look
go on Saturday, bro, on Sundays. But West Coast, you know, he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, man, it's a lot of people sitting at home. This will get their mind off of, you know, this virus and stuff. Let's just kind of talk about right now what we've been talking about in private." Because we was having a private conversation about this whole topic. Let's go live, bro.
Yep.
And,
hey, we may.
That's what this is about, man.
And we may go live. Go ahead.
As a way to get away from the world sometimes.
Yeah, we may. I don't know. I might go live later on today. I don't know. It's already 3:00 over here, so I don't know. But we for sure gonna be back on tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. And we will be talking about possibly trading back too, because I'm definitely officially team trade back. Yeah, so you guys already, you know what I'm saying? You guys already know. But hey, man, until we meet again, make sure you guys stay on the content, man. Got a bunch of videos and stuff that's gonna be content coming. Make sure you guys stay up on it, man. We did give you guys 2 solid hours of straight funk, man. And, man, I appreciate you guys for all rocking with us, man. You guys already know what it is, though, man. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.